What's up and welcome back everybody. In today's video, it's all about this monster boa. So this morning I woke up, I checked my email and I got an email from Florida Fish and Wildlife. They went ahead, they reached out, they said, "Hey Stone, we have a ginormous boa that we caught in Miami. Are you interested in taking it?" I said, "Absolutely. Can I come Saturday?" They're like, "No, you have to come today to get it." So I woke up, jumped in my truck, drove an hour down south just to pick up this boa right here. Now, the division of FWC officers that gave me this boa, they specialize in invasive animals. That's all they do. They document sightings and captures and deaths and all kinds of stuff that relates to invasive animals. So this guy, like I said, was found in Miami. He is probably the biggest boa I have ever laid eyes on. He might even be a world record. So what we're gonna do today, we're gonna weigh this boa. We're gonna see how much he weighs. We're gonna measure this boa, see how long she is. Now I'm pretty sure this is a female boa, considering the size. Now female boas get a lot bigger. Now if it's a male, it's definitely a world record male. If it's a female, it still might be a world record, but this is a really big boa. I think the only other boa that I saw that is as big as this belonged to my good buddy Fred Grunwald. And then there was another one probably almost as big that Chandler actually got from Fish and Wildlife as well. What we'll do is we'll grab this scale right here, we'll weigh myself, then we'll weigh me with the boa, we'll subtract, and we'll get the real weight of this boa right here. After, we'll go ahead and we'll unbox her, and then I'll show you guys her nice new beautiful cage. All right, so let's go ahead, let's weigh myself first. Turn the scale on, jump on here. All right, 189 pounds. So 189 pounds, let's go ahead, we'll grab the boa. Oh my God, she's so big. Now when I went to pick up this boa, the FWC officer saw my bag and he's like, "You're gonna need a bigger bag." That's how big this snake is. All right, she's so big I can't even see the scale. What does it say?
232.
232. That means this boa is 43 pounds. Right at 43 pounds. I mean, that is a really, really big snake. So let's go ahead, let's untie this pillowcase, show her to you guys, and then we'll put her in her nice, beautiful enclosure. I've actually put 13, 14-foot Burmese pythons in these same size pillowcases. Wait till you guys see this boa. It is so big, it's not even funny. It is a long boa, and it's also a super fat boa. I mean, this boa, I don't know if I can show you guys. All right, I will. This boa is definitely obese. And this right here is what they call a Colombian. I mean, you can't even get this snake out of here. You gotta lift her up and slowly work her out. But this right here is a Colombian red-tailed boa. The reason why they get the name red-tailed boas is because they have that red on their tail. When they're babies, they have a lot more. This girl is so big, and her colors are kind of fading as she ages. But if you look at her tail, see how it's like bumpy? It almost looks like a leopard gecko tail. That is fat on her tail. So you can definitely tell she's obese. So she might be someone's pet. She might be wild caught. If she's someone's pet, that explains why she's obese. If she's wild caught, I mean, she could just be eating cats and rats and ducks and who knows, but look. And another good way to tell if an animal is wild caught or captive is how they react when you touch their neck. So you can see me touching her neck. I mean, she's reacting a little bit, but she's not reacting like a wild snake would. But look at this. I mean, she's like twice the thickness of my arms. I mean, I need to work out because this snake is huge, but look at this. We're gonna try to get an accurate length on her. So what we'll do is we gotta find a long stretch of wall. She'll run along the wall, she'll fully stretch out, and then we'll measure. We'll mark the wall and we'll measure that way. So we're gonna get a length on this boa. If you guys have any ideas how long this boa is, comment it down below. Now just wait, she doesn't look long now. Wait. Till she stretches out. I mean, this boa is huge. She's absolutely huge. Let's see if we can get her on her neck. And this is gonna be a great display animal. So for years, I've been waiting for a boa like this. I mean, I was even trying to buy a boa this large, not even get one donated. They just don't come across too often, if ever. So I waited probably, I think I've been searching for almost 6 years now for a boa this size. Thankfully, Florida Fish and Wildlife hit me up, decided to rehome this boa instead of euthanizing it. So shout out to the officers who let me keep this boa and thought of me during that process. But if you look, the size of her head compared to her body is nothing. I mean, she's got a huge head for a boa, but compared to the back on her, I mean, it's insane. This right here is a huge snake. Let's put her down and see if we can show you guys kind of how long she is. That way you can have a better guess. Okay, look at this boa. Now I'm gonna lay down just to show you guys how big she is and see if we can get a guess. Now, I'm 5'10", 5'11" on a good day, so almost 6 foot. You can tell she's easily over 6 foot. She's definitely 8, maybe 9, maybe 9.5, 10 if she gets fully stretched out. There's all these little kinks. Once she relaxes her body and works it out, I mean, she's gonna get another 9, 10, maybe 12 inches. So this is a big, big boa. I cannot wait to measure her. We got this 40-pound boa. Let's go ahead, let's measure her, get her in her new cage. Come on. Now we have a big stretch that's longer than her, so we're gonna bring her back here, wait till she follows the wall. That's the best way to get an accurate length on a big snake, and then we'll measure from there. All right, guys, and this is a perfect time to announce my new merch design. So we have the Stones World shirt, but we're also have these shirts. So it's 2 snake hooks with 2 vipers, just like that. Now, if you guys want one of these shirts, we're gonna be dropping them soon, so stay tuned. If you want one right now, get a Stones World shirt, but in about a week, we'll have these white shirts available. We're getting there. You're not gonna get a true actual length. It's always gonna be longer than what you can measure, but we'll see. So I'll put this right here. Once she hits that stick, then I'll put this where the end of her tail is. All right, let's go ahead and see how long she is. Gonna hold me right there at that corner. All right, so she's 3 feet 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. She's about an inch under 9 feet long. That is a huge boa. I mean,
which I mean, she's crazy. Probably more, right? Because she was still kinked up a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I was guessing 8 foot. She's 9 foot. That's even more than I thought. A Colombian red-tailed boa getting 9 foot, that's absolutely insane. Hopefully one day she'll be a 10-foot long snake. We have it on record. She's just over 40 pounds. She's just under 9 foot. So we'll come back in a couple years, maybe a year, and we'll measure her again. Now let's get this girl. We'll pick her up and I'll show you guys her brand new cage. Now we actually already have a smaller male boa in that cage. So she's gonna have a mate for the rest of her life. So she's gonna have a new home. She's gonna have new food. She's gonna have a new boyfriend. She's absolutely gonna love life here. And while we're walking, you can see everything we've done. We've done the eucalyptus, all that. We got plants coming in. We got the driveway finished. And across the pond, we have our smaller cages. We got decks and docks, just dropped off some poles. We're gonna build another tiki hut. Now we'll have 12 tiki huts here at the property. If you look above us, we're entering the Cypress Pond Preserve. That's basically my pond. We got cypress knees all the way around. That's what gave it the name. We got turtles. We've been releasing snakes in here. I mean, we got invasive basilisks. There's green iguanas. There's all kinds of wildlife that lives right here. This is really like a workout. This snake is heavy.
You don't need a weighted vest. You just need a boa.
Yeah, why buy a weighted vest? You can just run around town with your boa and you definitely won't get kidnapped. If you look here, this is her brand new cage. As you can see, we have an automatic watering bowl, so she'll have fresh H2O year round. She has all these branches I hung up she can climb on, so she can come up to the top shelf. She can lay on the branches. She can get the morning sun, and she can get out of the heat from staying under this tiki hut. So in the morning, the sun will hit this cage perfectly to where these animals can come out. They can get all the sun exposure they need, but throughout the day, we have the tiki hut to keep them nice and cool. Now in there, we have some cypress mulch. We got a little hive that I think will fit her, but we're probably gonna need to make a bigger hive. But in there, you can actually see that male boa. He's hanging out. Like I said, female boas get a lot larger. That's why this girl is just so darn big, and that guy isn't even close. And another way to tell the difference between boas is the males will have a super long tail, and the females will be nice and short and stubby, just like this. So I believe this is a female. Seems a little bit hesitant, maybe because there's another snake in there. But let's go, girl. Get your butt on in there. Oh. And this right here is the best way to keep a snake that was found in the wild. She's gonna have the same temperature. She's gonna have a lot of room. I mean, there's not many people that can provide an enclosure this big for a snake this big as well. So, I mean, she could live in this cage for the rest of her life. If we decide to upgrade her, we can upgrade her to something probably a few feet bigger, but this is more than enough for a giant Colombian red-tailed boa. Now, funny enough, we already have a sign made for our boa constrictor. If you look right there, that's a Colombian red-tailed boa with a little fact. So we're gonna have a lot of these signs all throughout the property, teaching guests and teaching people exactly about these animals, alongside getting to see them in person. Boas are actually called boa constrictors because that's how they kill their prey. They'll bite their prey, hold on, they'll wrap around it, and they'll actually squeeze the life right out of their prey. So they're a super, super muscular, super, super strong snake, and they're really nothing to mess with. So we're gonna close this on up. We're gonna lock this cage. And that right there is the end of today's video. If you guys enjoyed watching today's video, if you enjoyed seeing that monster boa, don't forget, like, comment, and the most important part, subscribe to the channel. We'll see you next time.